Well, as normal, I forgot to turn the camera on. So I printed out a cover and glued it on. So we have this cover. I'm probably going to decorate this at some point, but not yet. I also glued on some coffee dyed paper onto the two flaps. Not hard to do. I just put it up there, cut it, and glued it in. And I'm getting ready to put a pocket on to decorate that. This side. I'm switching over. This is actually a corner of a page, as you can see, like this. Um, I'm going to switch over to tacky glue because it dries faster and I found that it sticks better. I'm just going to glue the edges of this pocket to the corner here. And this will give me a corner tuck to put here. I could actually do a second one up here. So I'm going to do that. Let's see. So I'm just going to tear this. I don't want it to be even. I like it to be torn. I glued that there. Then I could put things in and tuck them in this way. They were tall. I kind of like that idea. I may be sorry, but all right, let me put the glue on, back it on top on the glue, and then I'm going to get my ink. And this is Vintage Photo, and I'm just going to ink up the edges here. There, if I get it on here, that's okay because that is already distressed. All right, so now I have that, and I'm going to put this here, like so. And here. I usually put a pocket inside of my front cover, so this is a little bit different. And just want to make sure I line that up. Nope. I line that up with the top and the side. And let's see. I have something like this. I can just tuck it in there, and it will hold on both sides. Perfecto. So let's see. So I have an envelope. Just stick an envelope in there. All right. Now, moving right along. I have not cleaned out any of my ephemera other than some pockets. Do I want to decorate this page first? Where's the page? Got my cookbook. I do have book pages in here. pages because what I want to do is use some coordinating pages to just make a collage here. Or perhaps not. I'm going to print out some of the ephemera pages so that all I have is paper, cover scraps, which is okay, but not exactly what I was looking for here. Let me print out some of my ephemera pages and some scratch pages because I print out extras of these so that I can use these pages in collage. So I like to keep things cohesive even on the pages that I'm decorating. So I'm actually going to pause the recording and I'll be back after I've printed those out. Okay, I am back and I have printed out some sheets with the tags and just some additional graphics on them. And I am going to do this. All right. So first I'm just going to come in and ink the edges of some of these because I want them to be delineated a little bit. I don't know which way I'll end up putting this on, but it doesn't have to be right up to the edge because it is not exactly. Let's put it this way. The page underneath of it is still, so there's that. And then, let's see what else I've got here. That should be at the top. It's kind of like this tree thing. I'm going to cut this white off. These are always spooky. Halloween is one of my favorite holidays because, you know, it's just fun. And it didn't used to be so commercial. Maybe I want to do this way and this way. Just tear this. I rarely ever cut anything. I generally tear things so I put that there, and then this here, and this down here. And then I have my pocket here. Like so. Then I have this fun flower that I made. I'm probably going to use this somewhere. I don't know if it'll be here, but I'll put some kind of decoration on here. I don't know if that's going to be it, but I like this layout. Now, the second question is, I have other pockets. Do I want a pocket like this? This would be better over here. This over here. Well, I think I like having the pocket here. going to tear. When you tear, if you tear down, I don't want it to be even, so I don't want to tear it so that it's well, I don't know how I'm going to decorate this yet, but I do like this collage. So, do I need to? Which is going to be, you're going to be able to see. All right, now put some glue down because it's going to be mostly all over this page. All right, so I'm going to start here. Put this down here. And then smooth the glue around. And this that will just keep the pocket because this has gussets. So when I glue this down, I will just put glue on the oh, I was going to use the other one. Oh well. Okay, so we're just going to put that down. That looks and So now I can take a tag I actually have tags in the kit that I have not cut out yet. I will probably glue these onto a piece of cardstock or a second piece of paper so that they're not so flimsy. But for the moment, get some more of these out. I still, even though these tags are pretty, I will still go in and decorate them so that they're more original. And sometimes I just cut them up and use them for fodder. I'll cut them up and use them as a focal point on a pocket or a belly band or a page. Like this guy could look really good on this pocket. Better for him. Just cutting these out while I have them. Here and a half cut out. All right, clean up some of this. In there. I've got tons of trash here now from all the cutting I've been doing. Clean this up a little. I have learned not to be a compulsive paper saver. So at one point I would have saved all this to do something with, but I'm not that person anymore. All right. Let's decorate this. Let's take this out. I have these little tags, and I think I am going to take one of these images out and use it as, let me cut it, and use it as my focal point on this. It's going to be this one. So I'm just taking this little tag here. And because it's a digital kit, I can always print more. And I'm going to tear this. I'm just tearing around. And he is going to go here. Going to get a little bit of so I'm just doing the edges so it brings out. So I've got that. Then I've got this little scrap. Symmetrical. I want it to have a corner. Well, I really don't mind if it has a corner, but I don't want it to have like an edge. do some of these edges so they don't look so. I don't want them to look like they've just been recently torn. So I've got that. Then I may need a little piece of book page. So I'm going to voice over this part of the video because I was focused so much on what I was doing and the decisions I was making that I totally forgot to talk. What I'm doing here is just trying to decide what kind of collage decoration cluster that I'm going to put on this. And I'm focusing right now on getting everything sized so it'll fit on the page. I picked out the little skeleton card there, and I'm going to ink up all of my pages so that it defines the edges. I'm using black soot. It really makes a big difference to the pages. The vintage photo ink is a little bit subtler, but I think in this one, it's such a busy page that this just makes it really stand out. And I think I like this. And I think I like it enough that I'm going to go ahead and start gluing this down. And when I get a little bit further, I decide that it actually needs just a little bit more texture. I honestly don't know why I was using Elmer's glue. I usually use tacky glue or Fabri-Tac, but I've had the Elmer's glue sitting on my desk and it's just handy and it comes out fast. So I guess that's what I've been using for the last few things I've made. Now I look here and I decide that it really needs some more of something. And I have a bag of little scraps of lace and fabric and tea-dyed cheesecloth, which is what I decide to use. And it doesn't take a whole lot. So I just snip a little piece off. And of course I'm doing it off camera. I use tea-dyed cheesecloth for so many things. It does give you really good, you can spread it out. It can be thick, it can be thin, it can be wispy, just depending on how much you pull on it. So what I want is just a little bit coming out the edges and sticking to my fingers, so that it gives the little bit of separation, a little bit of texture to this. Sometimes I use lace, sometimes I'll use a little piece of doily. But for the Halloween journal, this just feels right, like spider webby. So I'm going to put the glue, I'm not gluing down the cheesecloth, I'm actually just going to put glue on the top piece and glue that onto this so that the cheesecloth hangs out on the edges. And I think it's almost done. Whenever I put pockets in, I always put something inside of them because I have had them stick together in the past, just because they had a little bit of seepage around the edges. And when I went to put something in them, they were all glued down. So I don't want that to happen. So I always put a tag or something inside of them to kind of hold them up. And that way I can pull that out a little bit easier, then I can unstick the inside of it. And you can see how wrinkled the paper is. It's a little bit wet. So before I go on to anything else, I'm just going to give this some time to dry. And this is a good opportunity to thank you for watching all the way to the end. And I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you'll come back for the next page and like, subscribe, and share. It really helps me a lot.